Imagine a land where time doesn't march. It swirls, blending ancient echoes with the hum of now. The past isn't locked away. It breathes in the glow of pagoda lanterns, dances in the patterns of hand-woven silk, and speaks through the laughter of children chasing kites. Nature here is alive. It thunders in monsoon-drenched valleys, whispers in the rustle of cedar forests, and sparkles in the frost of Himalayan dawns. This is Asia, a tapestry of beginnings, where every wound and wonder tells a tale. From windswept steppes to cities pulsing with light and life. Every place holds a heartbeat. Every heartbeat, a story waiting to unfold. This adventure, it's your chance to dive into a continent that's a world in itself. A moment of stillness, a burst of color, a glance that carries centuries. Where will your journey begin? Come along, from dawn's edge to dusk's glow, through journeys, pulses, each a note in Asia's endless song. Now, let's begin the voyage. And now, we begin in a place where islands reveal legends, volcanoes shape the land, and cultures bloom like wild orchids. Welcome to Indonesia. As twilight's first glow bathes Indonesia's sprawling archipelago, a soul steps into a realm of over 17,000 islands, each humming with ancient legends that stir the depths of being. In Java's fog-draped heart, Borobudur emerges like a sacred poem carved in stone, its weathered reliefs chanting tales of monks who sought nirvana beneath a canopy of stars. The air, heavy with frangipani and the faint smoke of incense, bears the weight of lost empires, their stories etched in the shadowed embrace of volcanic peaks. In Bali's Ubud, one wanders through rice terraces that ripple like green waves, where the pulse of Hindu prayers and the fluid grace of Kekak dancers weave a tapestry of divine reverence. Amid Sulawesi's Tanah Toraja, Tongkonan houses rise with roofs curved like ancient boats, their walls guarding ancestral spirits whose carved effigies gaze from cliffside tombs with eternal wisdom. On Komodo's untamed shores, the piercing eyes of a dragon meet the onlooker, their primal silence, speaking of a world where time stands still. In Jakarta's Kota Tua, cobblestone paths echo with the faded footsteps of Dutch traders, their colonial facades now alive with the hum of street vendors and the scent of nasi goreng. Raja Ampat's seas unfold like a liquid dream, their coral cathedrals shimmering with fish that dance as if born from light itself. Sumatra's jungles call with the mournful song of orangutans, their cries weaving through ancient trees in a lament for the wild. Lombok's shores greet the morning, waves whispering tales of sailors who navigated these waters under forgotten constellations. The gamelan's mournful notes drift through Yogyakarta's bustling markets, entwining with the muezzin's call in a sacred harmony that binds Indonesia's soul. The taste of satay lilit, its charred spices a ballad of Bali's coast, lingers alongside the warmth of Flora's villagers. Their ikat weavings carrying stories of generations. Every island is a verse, every temple, a stanza in a living epic that breathes with the pulse of eternity. In Indonesia, each step unearths a myth. Each breath catches a memory that wraps the heart in longing. Here, the spirit becomes a weaver of tales, eternally entwined with a land where wonder spins an everlasting saga. Subscribe now to journey deeper into the hidden stories of our channel. Borobudur. The air hums with the faint chime of gamelan as a traveler's footsteps echo on Borobudur's ancient stones. Each step a whisper into Java's 9th century soul. This colossal Buddhist monument, rising from the Kadu Valley's embrace, stands as a stone-hewn mandala. Its 9 tiers guiding pilgrims through a cosmic journey from earthly desires to nirvana's quiet truth. Over 2,600 relief panels ripple across its walls, their intricate carvings weaving tales of Buddha's compassion, Javanese kings, and celestial beings, etched with a precision that defies the centuries. At the temple's heart, 72 lattice stupas encircle serene Buddha statues, their gaze fixed on eternity, inviting the soul to pause and breathe in the sacred. Built by the Sailendra dynasty, Borobudur lay hidden under volcanic ash for centuries. Rediscovered in 1814, Visio Singh, and reborn as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, a testament to resilience and reverence. The scent of burning incense mingles with the sweetness of klipan, rice cakes offered by smiling vendors, grounding the spiritual in Java's warm hospitality. Monks in saffron robes chant softly, their voices blending with the rustle of banyan trees that guard the temple's edges. During Wesak, the air vibrates with pilgrims' prayers as lanterns float skyward, honoring Buddha's birth and enlightenment. Mount Merapi looms in the distance, its smoky breath a reminder of the land's raw power. Yet Borobudur stands unshaken, a beacon of peace. Each tier climbed feels like a page turned in a living scripture, where history and faith entwine. Standing atop the highest platform, the heart feels woven into Indonesia's eternal narrative, as if the stones themselves whisper secrets of the divine. Borobudur is no mere relicits, a timeless symphony. It's every carving a note in a song that binds the mortal to the infinite. Prambanan. The ancient stones of Prambanan, Indonesia's highest Hindu temple, hum with the holy pulse of Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. The temple is situated in the center of the plains of Yogyakarta. This massive complex second only to Borobudur, among the country's temples, weaves a tapestry of over 2,600 Ramayana reliefs. With sculptures depicting Rama's conflicts and Sita's grace leading pilgrims in an endless spiral of devotion. Each panel, etched with celestial warriors, Fortho, and mythic beasts, holds the breath of a forgotten empire crafted by the Sanjaya dynasty. A cracked stone in the Shiva temple, scarred by a fierce earthquake that once rattled its core, tells of fragility, with hundreds of blocks toppled, yet lovingly restored. Once abandoned after Mount Marapai's fiery wrath, this sacred site slumbered beneath ash until its rediscovery, now shining as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Hidden niches beneath the shrines, whispered to guard ancient relics, beckon with secrets sealed in stone, their mystery untouched by time. The Buddhist stupas of Candi Sowu rise nearby in peaceful concord with the Hindu towers of Prambanan, a unique example of Java's long-standing interfaith tolerance that is rarely honored. At dusk, the Ramayana ballet unfolds before the temple's jagged silhouette, dancers' movements breathing life into myths carved centuries ago. The scent of kethoprak, a peanut-laced salad from a nearby vendor, weaves Yogyakarta's vibrant life into the temple's divine aura. A recent ceremony reconsecrating Prambanan as a living Hindu sanctuary ignites its spiritual flame, as if the stones themselves have awakened. Artisans in nearby villages carve Garuda figures, their craft echoing the temple's winged guardians etched in reliefs. Prambanan is no mere ruin, it's a living symphony. Its every spire and scar a note in Indonesia's eternal saga. Through its weathered stones and soaring towers, this sacred place binds the mortal to the divine, its heartbeat resonating across the ages. Besaki Temple. High on Mount Agung's sacred slopes, Besaki Temple, Bali's holiest sanctuary, guards ancient megalithic relics, stone thrones, and stepped pyramids. that whisper of a pre-Hindu era, their origins lost in the mists of a forgotten dawn. Beneath its towering Meru pagodas, hidden niches carved into the earth cradle sacred artifacts, rumored to hold the essence of deities never named in modern tales. When a cataclysmic volcanic eruption once roared, its lava spared the temple by mere feet, as if the mountain itself bowed to protect this sacred ground. A miracle etched in the silence of blackened stone. The complex's 23 temples, woven across terraced ridges, conceal forgotten shrines where ancient priests once chanted to Naga Basukian, a dragon deity said to coil within Agung's fiery heart. At dusk, the wind carries echoes of these lost rituals, as if Basaki's stones still hum with secrets, binding Bali's spiritual pulse to an unseen cosmic order. Ubud. The peaceful pulse of Ubud, Bali's throbbing heart, is accompanied by rice terraces that echo the mysteries of ancient rites hidden among the green hills. Clad in rumors of a pre-Hindu sky deity, Pura Penataran Sasi is concealed away in the village of Pejang and is the home of the moon of Pejang. A huge bronze drum said to be a celestial relic. Beyond the tourist trails, secret Melukat ceremonies unfold in sacred springs, where priests cleanse souls under canopies of banyan trees. Their chants echoing a spiritual code rarely shared with outsiders. In the shadows of Ubud's art markets, a secluded workshop in Peliatan crafts Chris daggers, their blades etched with mystic symbols believed to hold protective spirits, a tradition guarded by generations. The Sayan Valley conceals a forgotten shrine, Pura Gunung Leba, its moss-covered stones whispering of offerings made to appease the river's ancient deities. Ubud's lesser-known weaving hamlet, Tinganan, hides intricate double ikat textiles, their patterns woven in silence, said to channel ancestral wisdom through each thread. At dusk, the rhythmic clatter of gamelan rehearsals drifts from a hidden Baal banjar, where villagers practice sacred dances for temple rites, unseen by passing eyes. Deep in the monkey forest, ancient statues guard a sacred spring, their weathered faces hinting at rituals tied to Bali's animist roots, long overshadowed by Hindu splendor. The air carries the faint tang of durian from a nearby stall, a reminder of Ubud's earthy soul amidst its spiritual grandeur. Ubud creates a secret tapestry with its secret springs, quiet weavers, and old treasures. Each corner is a poem in Bali's timeless, unsaid tale. Handura Gate. The stone pillars of Handura Gate, a solitary guardian nestled in the foggy hills of Bali, recite stories of ancient rituals woven into the hallowed ground of Bedugul. Faint carvings of long-forgotten deities beneath its imposing Candi Bentar follow patterns that only the oldest villagers remember, suggesting ceremonies were performed under the stars. According to local legend, there is a secret spring close by, and the waters of this spring are thought to contain blessings from ancient spirits that watch over the gate's invisible pathways. The volcanic stone of the gate is cold to the touch and has faint traces of a pre-Hindu worship, with its symbols carved in shadows that are difficult for onlookers to see. Ancient banyan roots and buried offerings, which are traces of covert rituals connected to Bali's subak irrigation practices, entwine in the nearby woodlands. The gate seems to vibrate faintly at dark, as though it were resonating with the chants of a long-gone priesthood that honored the quiet power of the mountains. As the gate's outline is reflected in the waves of the surrounding lake, stories of sacrifices thrown into its depths to please the protectors of Bali's northern kingdom are hidden. Through each stone, an echo connecting Indonesia's ancient mysteries to the pulse of eternity. Handura Gate is more than just a threshold, it is a living doorway. Bali. The green island of Bali, Indonesia, beats with a primordial pulse, its volcanic slopes and rice terraces telling a story of secrets older than its Hindu temples. The community of Taro protects a holy grove beneath the verdant canopy of Ubud, where old banyan trees hold gifts for spirits that are rarely mentioned in contemporary mythology. The ancient sculptures of Pura Beji Anom, buried away in the northern highlands of the island, pay homage to the rice goddess Dewi Sri via ceremonies that are only muttered among elders, their chants lost to the wind. The silent cliffs of Gunung Kawi conceal rock-hewn shrines, their mossy facades hinting at a pre-Hindu cult that once worshipped ancestors in forgotten caves. In Tenganan, a Bali Aga village, ancient looms weave double ikat textiles, their patterns encoding myths of a time when gods walked among mortals. A secret purification rite at Tirta Empul Springs, known only to local priests, cleanses souls with waters said to flow from a divine source deep within the earth. The rarely visited Pura Lempuyang, perched on Mount Lempuyang's misty slopes, hides a stone gate that locals believe opens to the spirit world during sacred moons. Bali's black sand beaches at Amed conceal underwater shrines, where fishermen leave offerings to appease sea deities seldom mentioned in guidebooks. In the shadow of Mount Agung, a forgotten megalithic pyramid in Trunyan village stands as a relic of a pre-Hindu era, its purpose shrouded in mystery. The island's Subak irrigation system, a UNESCO-recognized marvel, channels water through temple-guarded canals. Its rhythms a silent hymn to Bali's ancient balance of nature and faith. From ancient looms to sacred springs, these hidden gems of Bali pulsate with an enduring tale. As though the island itself is guarding secrets too sacred for the outside world to discover. Every rice field and secret temple in this place sings a song of tenacity, tying Bali's spirit to an eternal cosmic dance. Wairibo Village. High in Flores's misty mountains, Wairibo Village, a cluster of 7 conical Imbaru Niang houses, hums with secrets woven into its lontar-thatched roofs, as if the jungle itself guards their truths. In the Wailu ceremony, rarely seen by outsiders, elders chant to ancestral spirits in a sacred dialect, their words echoing a pact with the forest's unseen protectors. The village's Songket textiles, dyed with indigo and earth, hide intricate patterns said to map ancient migration routes from a distant land, their meanings known only to a few weavers. Beneath the sacred Hekang code level of each house, offerings conceal faint carvings of boars and spears, remnants of a forgotten hunting ritual that once bound the Manggarai to the wild. At dusk, the Toto forest whispers carry tales of these lost rites, as Wairibo's circular village breathes, its stones and thatch a living chronicle of a timeless world. Mount Bromo. Mount Bromo stands like a flaming oracle in the barren caldera of East Java, its crater pulsing with the lifeblood of a land created by faith and fire. Bromo's restless heart is held in the Tengger caldera, a huge sea of ash and sand, whose arid vastness conceals ancient lava flows carved with patterns that are invisible to the naked eye. The Tengeris made a holy covenant with the volcano, the specifics of which were only known to the local shamans, by throwing sacrifices of rice and animals into the crater's jaws during the Yanya Kasada rite. Faint charcoal paintings of deer and hunters, remnants of a pre-Hindu culture lost to time, can be found in a little-known cave on the slopes of Bromo. Echoes of eruptions that molded the Tengger people's tenacious character are carried by the sulfurous breath of the volcano winding through the air, their tales inscribed in the charred veins of the earth. The exquisite shapes of the preserved shells of ancient marine animals, which once held Bromo's fiery beginnings, are concealed deep inside the ash of the Tengger caldera. The surrounding savanna, dotted with wiry grasses, conceals fossilized roots of a prehistoric forest, their forms barely discernible in the ash. Bromo's rim, jagged and raw, holds tiny shrines where Tengeris leave offerings of rice and incense, unseen by throngs of visitors. The volcano's geothermal springs, tucked in remote gullies, bubble with waters said to heal, known only to local healers. Weaved pandan mats in the neighboring community of Simoro Lawang have themes of the conical shape of the Bromo, and their patterns encode tales that are rarely discussed outside of the town. The faint beat of gamelan from a faraway Tengger village breaks the calm of the caldera at twilight, as though the mountain itself were humming its old story. Being more than just a volcano, Bromo is a living history, with each scar and temple serving as a verse in Indonesia's timeless tale of devotion and fire. Yogyakarta. From Yogyakarta's vibrant markets, the soft calls of street vendors weave a chorus, as if the city itself murmurs tales of hidden kingdoms and ancient crafts. Hidden beneath the Cretan Palace's gilded roofs, a secret chamber holds faded palm leaf manuscripts, their scripts encoding royal prophecies never shared beyond the Sultan's inner circle. The Taman Sari water castle, its crumbling walls veiled by banyan roots, conceals an underground mosque where Sufi mystics once chanted in shadowed silence. In the narrow lanes of Kotagade, ancient silversmiths' forges still bear etchings of mythical Garuda wings, hinting at a forgotten guild that crafted for Javanese kings. A rarely seen ritual in the palace, known only to court elders, honors the spirits of Mount Merapi with offerings of woven pandan. Its chants echoing a pact with the volcano's fiery heart. The city's ancient wells, tucked behind Sosrodipperon's markets, hide carvings of celestial dancers, their forms suggesting a pre-Islamic cult lost to time. In Prawi Rodaman, a hidden courtyard shelters batik cloths, dyed with indigo patterns, said to map the stars of Java's forgotten skies. Yogyakarta's street walls, alive with murals, conceal faded graffiti from a secret artist collective, their symbols whispering rebellion against colonial shadows. The quiet Parantritis Beach, where waves crash under Merapi's gaze, guards a sacred cave where shamans once sought visions from the sea goddess. Beneath the city's bustling Malioboro, forgotten tunnels rumored to link the Cretan to distant forts hum with the footsteps of ancient guards. The faint clatter of gamelan at dusk emanates from secret gamelan houses, their songs containing legends that only the city's most venerable residents can remember. Through every alley, an echo igniting Indonesia's unending tale of mystery and perseverance. Yogyakarta is more than just a city. Penglipuran Village. Penglipuran Village. Set away in the hills of Bali, hums softly, as though the stone walkways there whisper stories of comfort and holy beginnings connected to a former king's retreat. A unique Karang Memadu courtyard sits behind the homogeneous gates of its residences, its design hinting at a time when polygamous families woven their lives into the village's hallowed harmony. Faint remnants of forgotten offerings, believed to commemorate invisible spirits that guard the village's unwritten covenant with the divine, can be found under the shadow of the Puradesa temple. The elders' whispers allude to a clandestine ceremony that is silently carried out at the highest point of the hamlet, when prayers are carried by woven bamboo to ancestors who escape from far-off places. Having each cobblestone and carved gate reciting Bali's unspoken hymn of mystery and perseverance. Penglipuran is more than just a village, it's a living echo. Pura Ulun. Mist curls like incense around Pura Ulun Danu Bratan, a temple that doesn't sit on the Laiki, seems to float between this world and the next. Locals say the goddess Dewi Danu stirs the waters each dawn, her presence felt in the way the lake shivers before sunlight breaks through. Built in the 17th century, the temple is more than a place of worship. It's a spiritual gate where priests once whispered invocations believed to control rain and rice. Behind the main Meru towers, there's a hidden shrine rarely shown to outsiders, where sacred heirlooms are washed during an ancient cleansing rite known only to high-caste Brahmins. Visitors see serenity, but fishermen tell stories of sudden mists that erase the temple from view and omen, they say, when rituals are neglected. The tiered roofs of the Meru aren't decorative. Each layer represents a sacred mountain, and only certain priests are allowed to ascend them during specific lunar alignments. Lake Breton itself is considered a living entity, fed by underground springs, said to carry messages between the gods and Bali's highland villages. Offerings here aren't just laid there sung into being, with soft chants passed down through generations. their meanings kept secret within temple walls. To stand at Pura Ulun is to stand on the edge of something unseen where sky, water, and spirit meet in a silence deeper than prayer. Penataran Agung Lempuyang Temple. Perched on Bali's eastern slopes, Penataran Agung Lempuyang looms as a mystic guardian, its ancient stones revealing tales of a sacred realm bound to Mount Agung's silent might. Within its Kandi Bentar gate, faint etchings of celestial serpents coil in hidden patterns, whispering of a forgotten cult that once honored the volcano's spirit. A secret shrine, tucked in the nearby jungle, holds echoes of silent prayers offered to soothe the mountain's restless heart. Its rituals known only to a vanished priesthood. The temple's 1,700 weathered steps, carved from volcanic rock, bear subtle grooves tracing the paths of ancient pilgrims, each ascent a surrender to visions in the clouds. Known as the Gateway to Heaven, Penataran Agung Lempuyang is a living bridge, its every crack and mist-wreathed echo revealing Indonesia's eternal dance of divinity and mystery. Pura Taman Saraswati. In the heart of Ubud, Pura Taman Saraswati rises like a silent poet. Its lotus-covered pond, said to mirror the goddess's mind tranquil above, infinite beneath. Few notice that the temple's sandstone walls bear not mere ornament, but mantras carved in stone, whispering sacred scripts, and moonlit rituals once offered in silence to Saraswati, keeper of language and hidden knowledge. Beyond its intricate gates, veiled in time, priests chant softly in the inner sanctum, not to teach, but to awaken Vidya wisdom that only reveals itself in stillness. Surakarta. As a timeless bard, Surakarta hums along the holy bends of the Solo River, its currents shouting stories of vanished lands and secret ceremonies. A vanished Mataram ceremony that honored the sky's invisible guardians is hinted at by the faint etchings of heavenly birds on old stones at a peaceful bend of the riverbed. Clay shards with mysterious inscriptions unearthed beneath a vanished bridge are believed to contain predictions from Java's first shamans. Silent sacrifices were previously used to pacify the ghosts of the Bengawan Solo, whose chanting has now been lost to time, at a shrine hidden in a remote grove on the outskirts of the city. The fading paintings of mythological warriors, whose shapes allude to a secret society that protected royal secrets, are hidden behind the broken walls of an old market. The sound of a prohibited dance, done in the dark to call upon the land's ancient protectors, may be heard in the gentle ripple of the river at dusk. Unseen by most, a solitary pillar lies in a secret area of Sankra, its base engraved with symbols connected to a pre-Islamic star worship. The city's historic canals, which are now mostly submerged, follow routes that are said to resemble Java's holy ley lines, which are only known to missing priests. According to local legend, there used to be an altar submerged in the river where jasmine offerings floated to appease the fire and flood gods. More than just a city, Surakarta is a living puzzle, with each ripple and ruin revealing Indonesia's enduring enigma of faith and resiliency. Tanah Lot. Ancient stories are recited by the salty wind as one enters the rocky shores of Tanah Lot, Bali's famous sea temple. The temple's silhouette, which is a tribute to generations of dedication, seems to float between the roaring seas and the boundless sky from its perch on a rocky outcrop. Built in the 16th century by the revered priest Narartha, Tanah Lot is dedicated to the sea gods, a sacred site where Balinese Hindus offer prayers for prosperity and protection. The temple's black volcanic stone, weathered by tides, holds stories of miracles. Like the magical spring of fresh water that flows beneath the salty ocean. A phenomenon attributed to Narartha's divine touch. A lively market nearby is teeming with activity, with stallholders selling handmade sarongs and gifts of frangipani flowers whose fragrant aroma blends with incense. The sky bursts into pink and orange at sunset, creating an ethereal glow that gives the temple an unearthly appearance. According to local elders, Tanah Lot is guarded by mythical sea snakes, believed to protect the sacred site from evil spirits, a tale rarely shared beyond the island. The rhythmic chants of Balinese ceremonies echo across the cliffs, pulsing with the island's spiritual heartbeat. Unlike typical tourist destinations, entry to the temple itself is restricted to worshippers, preserving its sanctity amidst the crowds. A hidden cave nearby, scarcely mentioned in guidebooks, holds offerings from fishermen seeking safe passage through the unpredictable seas. This place, raw and spiritual, feels like a secret the ocean has cradled for centuries. Tirta Ganga. More than just a regal water palace, Tirta Ganga is a living tribute to the Balinese belief in sacred water, nestled in the eastern Bali Hills. Each stone pathway snaking across koi-filled lakes, constructed in 1946 by the last ruler of Karangasem, whispers relics of a kingdom attempting to maintain peace during colonial upheavals. Because they think the subterranean spring that flows beneath the palace is connected to a spiritual artery of Mount Agung. The locals still carry out silent ceremonies here before dawn. Few visitors are aware that beneath one of the fountains is a secret stone adorned with ancient mandalas, a quiet guardian that priests position there to preserve the harmony between strength and purity. Kawa Ijen. In East Java, the rough path leading to Kawa Ijen hummed unearthly as the dim light of morning unveiled a bizarre scene. The enormous acidic lake in the crater glistened in a striking shade of blue, its sulfurous fumes abrasive to the senses. Few people witness the ethereal glow generated by rare blue flames ignited by burning sulfur at night. Miners with grizzled features carried bulky sulfur baskets, continuing a rigorous custom linked to the volcano's economic lifeblood. According to local legend, the crater is a doorway to the spirit realm, a secret that is rarely spoken outside of the community. Contrary to the usual volcanic tale, there were secret geothermal springs along the trail that were only known to seasoned guides. The region was bound to ancient mysteries by the reverberating deep rumble of the volcano, which sounded like a living force. Miners feed rice to the crater's ghosts as part of a dying rite that is hardly recorded. As though the mountain itself revealed its secrets. Kawa-i-jin's untainted grandeur and undiscovered stories captivated those who saw it from the rim. Uluwatu Temple. The roar of the ocean accompanied the twisting road as it led to Uluwatu Temple, which is positioned high on Bali's southern cliffs. Dedicated to the sea god Rudra, this ancient Hindu monument was sculpted from coral stone in the 11th century and kept guard over the roaring seas below. Balinese mythology was brought to life with lively kikak dance performances at nightfall, accompanied by pulsating chanting that portrayed legendary conflicts from the Ramayana. Monkeys roamed the temple grounds, mischievous, yet revered, believed to guard sacred relics from malevolent spirits. A lesser-known tale, shared by a local priest, spoke of a hidden underwater spring near the cliffs, said to cleanse the soul but known only to temple elders. The intricate stone carvings, weathered by time, whispered of artisans whose names history forgot. Unlike crowded tourist spots, certain temple areas remained off-limits, preserving their sanctity for worshippers, offering flowers and incense. A secluded cave nearby, rarely mentioned, sheltered ancient inscriptions hinting at pre-Hindu rituals. As the sun dipped, painting the sky in fiery hues, Uluwatu's spiritual pulse seemed to merge with the endless sea. For millennia, the cliffs had protected the mysteries of this hallowed location, which was timeless and raw. We've reached the end of our amazing journey through Indonesia, where every island, city, and hidden corner tells a unique story. From Jakarta's busy streets to Yogyakarta's vibrant cultural scene, this country has something special for every traveler. Which Indonesian destination is calling your name? Maybe there's a secret spot you think deserves recognition. Share it in the comments to inspire our next adventure. Thank you so much for joining us and exploring along the way. There's still a whole world out there waiting for us to discover together. Until the next trip, stay curious and happy travels.